One of the things we're doing in this 25 hours is joining up with other BBC outlets. We're about to speak to the BBC News Channel. I've no idea what they're going to ask me. That's how the sausage is made. So what we'll probably do now is just fade up the news channel so you can hear what they're saying. More importantly, so I can hear what they're saying.
Chairs on the deck of the Titanic when they said shoplifting was going up. There was a funding crisis in the police and police numbers were falling. Interestingly, the Lib Dems put the manifesto commitment to get rid of police and crime commissioners in their manifesto, while Labour didn't. But this will be a change that will happen in 2028.
Tom Simons there. Now, our colleagues at the BBC's Newscast are taking on a big and bold challenge for children in need. It is a 25-hour non-stop podcast-a-thon, or newscast-a-thon, I guess you could call it. It kicked off at 8 o'clock this morning. It's due to finish at 9 a.m. tomorrow. Presenter Adam Fleming is hosting it. I'm pleased to say we can join up with him now. Adam, it is so good to see you. How's the voice? How are the energy levels?
Good to see you too, Anita. Voice is doing okay, actually, because the first guest we had on at 8 o'clock this morning was a voice coach. And she just said, make sure you drink plenty of water, don't eat any chocolate, limit the amount of sugar you have, eat well. So I've been doing that. The problem is posture. She said posture is so important. And I've been sat down in this chair, like gradually slumping further and further down. And I actually, you know this as a professional, it's like I'm now worried about my posture and how that affects my voice. Energy levels doing okay, though.
I think if you talk about posture, it reminds you to sit up straight, doesn't it? That's the thing. Are you standing up? Are you able to move around at all while you're doing this?
I've been sitting down since 8 o'clock. I think there is a plan for me to move to a different end of the studio at some point so I can stretch my legs a bit. But you know what there's no shortage of is interesting people to talk to. So
absolutely.
For example,
tell us about who you have been talking to then, apart from the voice coach.
Well, so just now, sat on the other side of the studio, we had Armando Iannucci, famous satirist and film director. He was on because he's got a podcast on BBC Sounds as well called Strong Message Here, which is all about how politicians use and misuse language. So we had a really good chat with him. And the great thing about Newscast when we do it normally, not just the 25-hour version, is we've got plenty of time to chat to people. It's not quite as pressurized as the studio you're in, where you've got to get through lots of stories. And so actually chatting to Armando, the conversation we had just now in the 25-hour version wasn't that different from the conversation we'd have in a normal episode of Newscast. We've been speaking to people from all over the BBC, Greg Jenner, the historian, two of the contestants from the last series of Traitors, the civilian version, not the celebrity version. And we're going to be chatting to all sorts of people all through the night. All I'll say is thank goodness Lise Doucette, international diplomatic correspondent, is in Canada this week because it means she's available at 2 a.m.
Oh, well, she is a wonderful person to talk to, as we both know so much about so many subjects and so many countries. Tell us a little bit, Adam, about where the idea for this originated.
So last summer for the general election, we did a Newscast all-night election watch party where we were in the radio theatre at BBC HQ in Broadcasting House, and we got 300 political nerds and podcast fans together, and we basically watched the results come in, and we sort of channel hopped between the BBC programme and the radio show, and we had our own guests coming in, and we thought actually, and that lasted for about 10, 11 hours, and we thought actually you can keep the energy going if the people you've got around you are as interested as you are. So that made us think, oh, okay, we could do more than half an hour. We could maybe do 10 hours. And then, of course, for Children in Need, the theme this year is doing things around the number 25. And we thought, you know what, let's push it. Let's do a 25-hour challenge. And that's the challenge that Pudsey Bear, the Children in Need mascot, delivered to me in this very studio about 2 weeks ago.
Well, I'm glad he put in an appearance. And would that be a world record, 25 hours for a podcast?
I don't think it is. We've been looking into the records and we think there might have been one that was 70-ish hours long. So we decided we're not in it for the glory. We're in it to support Children in Need and raise the profile of that charity, which is supported by the BBC, and also to entertain and inform people as we go along as well. I don't need a medal.
Well, look, tell me about your strategies for the rest of the night. We've heard about the voice coach. Obviously, there's going to be lots of interesting conversation and hopefully that energy that new guests bring as they turn up to talk to you. What other strategies do you have to sort of make it all the way through the night to 9 a.m. tomorrow morning?
So David Dimbleby told me when he was doing election night, you should just have a steady supply of bananas. Laura Koonsberg, big friend of Newscast, when she was doing election night, she says the thing is you drink cups of tea throughout the night, and then in the last 2 hours, that's when you hit the coffee. And Chris Mason, who's popped up a few times and is coming back, he says the secret is nuts. So I've basically got bananas, nuts, and have held off the coffee until the last minute.
Between you all, people who know a lot about, a long broadcasting session. Look, Adam and everyone involved there, the best of luck from us in the newsroom. Really happy we can keep you company for just a little bit of your marathon podcast. Can't wait to hear more about it. Adam Fleming there.
Thank you.
And the very best of luck to them.
So that was
an
the
epic
news
podcast
channel.
that will be.
Well, basically, as you can hear, what I hear is what you hear. Lovely of Annita to give us a little slot on the news channel and to ask some pertinent questions.